Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, I can hear you.
Do me a favor. Will you hit the button on the, they always, no, on the soundbar.
Oh.
Please. There should be one button right there.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Okay, say something.
Hi,
There we go. Thank you so much for joining us.
thank you for having me.
I have your son coming out now.
Okay.
So who does he live with? Does he live with you or does he live with girlfriend?
He lives with his girlfriend. They're like a block away. Maybe
So
2 blocks away.
what do you suggest?
So I talked to both of them and they're both going to be instrumental. I spoke with girlfriend and mom and they said that, you know, if he has a curfew, they're going to be calling him, making sure he's inside at that time. They're going to be sending him jobs so that he can apply to certain jobs. I spoke with his mom and we're going to work together with some departments in the PD's office on getting him some mental health resources to help him integrate into society.
Morning, Mr. Ellis. Look on the TV. Who's that?
That's my mother.
That's right. She's here because she cares about you. She don't want to see you just sit there and rot and languish in there. You know, we all do. But the way that things have been going lately, it's not well. And I'll tell you, Mr. Ellis, that with the facts of the case, the way they were, he's lucky he didn't get shot. Because I can tell you plenty of times that people in that exact position, they end up shot, they end up dead. Once that happens, I mean, there's just no coming back. You have to make wiser decisions. So what do you suggest?
I suggest, but based on speaking with Miss Ellis and Miss Dalcourt, they're going to be very instrumental in making sure he abides by his conditions. I suggest that we give him a PR bond, and then they're going to be instrumental. I will be in contact with both of them. I've been texting them all weekend. They're very responsive. So I'll be even in contact with them both if we can get him a PR bond.
Mr. Ellis, you have 2 strikes against you now. You get a 3rd. I'm not going to play this game with you again. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Mom, is he supposed to be taking any kind of medication? Do you know?
Yes. Yeah, he should have it with him. That's where he was coming from because I took him to get a mental checkup.
Okay.
And he was going back and forth on his own. I didn't have to take him. He was being responsible. They were upgrading his medicine at the time. So he should have his medicine with him now. He needs to take it, and that's the thing.
Has he been taking it though? Do you know that?
He's been taking it, but not as much as he wasn't taking it every day. But I know now since he went on his own to get it upgraded, he's gonna take the medicine.
When you take the medication, good things happen. The problem is that people, they start taking it, they feel good, and then say, oh man, I feel great. I don't need this anymore. And that's when things start devolving into complete chaos. You take it and you continue to take it. And that's when good things happen. You need to understand that if you have too much time on your hands, you become self-destructive. This is what we want to prevent. And this is why you need to keep yourself occupied. Your brain needs stuff to do. It can't just sit there and do nothing all day because it craves things to do. And when you don't, that's when you start thinking of bad things. You start hanging out with bad people. You start doing bad things. No. I will give you a chance, but I'm going to load you up with conditions. And if I find that you play with us again, you're going to end up in orange and you'll stay there. Because as you see, there's no one that's going to bond you out. Do you understand? The first condition is that you take your medication every single day. The next thing is that I'm going to give you a curfew. I don't want you out in the middle of the night. Nothing good happens in the middle of the night, and I don't want you out. Do you understand? Number 3, you must get a job or get into school full time so that you have something to do. You need to develop a trade, a skill, get knowledge. That way you go somewhere 20 years from now because your mom's not going to be here for the rest of your life. What's going to happen when she's gone? Your girlfriend, she may not be there for the rest of your life as well. You need to be able to depend on yourself so that you have money You understand? So get a full-time job, curfew. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks and I want to see what you have done. I'm not going to just reset you just to reset you. I'm going to bring you back a lot to make sure that you're in compliance. And the first time you're not, you stay with me. You understand? Okay, curfew 10 p.m. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, and I'm going to test you. If I find that you're smoking weed, likewise, you're just going to stay with me. You have a line to get to me, Miss Ellis. If you ever need anything, all you have to do is reach out and I'm happy to help you in any way. If you start
Thank
acting
you
up,
so much.
you let me know and I'll rein him in.
Thank you.
You listen to mom. If mom tells me that you're acting a fool, likewise, you're going to stay with me. You understand? All right. I'll give you a PR bond. I won't give you another one. This is the only one that you're going to get from me.
Thank you,
Okay?
Judge.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you
Don't
so
sit
much,
down,
Judge.
because we need them signed conditions, please. Miss Ellis, I wish you the best of luck. Like I said, if you ever need anything, just come on back and we'll help you out, okay?
Okay, well, she'll let me know how to get in contact with you.
Yes, she will. And she has a direct line to me too as well. So
I
that
mean, he's not a troubled son. He just needs something to do. He needs to get we've been trying to find him a job though, but it's kind of hard.
you know what? We have resources as well, so we can give him paperwork on how to get a job and things of that as well. So we'll help you out as much as we can, okay?
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Jack, you
Thanks.
said 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.?
Yeah.
And
Get a job?
Did you want the GPS device as well?
Yeah. Yeah, prior to release. Waive all the fees, please.
Thank you.
Okay, man.
All right.
You are on bond for a terroristic threat, and now you've picked up a new case. You now stand charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated. First offense, it's over a .15, so you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Alex, do you mind? This is Proctor, please. Yes, Judge. The new case, the DWI.
On January 24th, 2025, the officer was dispatched to a vehicle accident on Conklin Lane, Harris County, Texas. The officer observed the defendant's vehicle stuck in grass, and the officer made contact with the defendant, the driver, and sole occupant. The defendant stated he was going fast and lost control because he hydroplaned. However, the officer observed no water or ice on the road. The officer observed glossy eyes in the defendant's one eye, slurred speech, and a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage. The defendant stated he was on his way home from NRG as he was at a rodeo event. The defendant stated he drank 2 beers and standard field sobriety tests were administered, HGN 3 out of 6, and the walking turn was unable to be performed due to equilibrium being off from the defendant only have one eye. The one leg stand was started, but the defendant stated he could not do the test 20 seconds as the test had already been started. The defendant read the DIC and consented a breath. The results were .161 and .155.
All right, Mr. Proctor, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with a new case. We have not addressed the old case, correct, Mr. Pons?
No, sir.
Okay. Because you're on bond, you picked up a new case. I'm now revoking your bond on the first case. Goes to you. The bond is set at 5,000 now, James. I usually, when it's, would you raise it up to 5,001 now because it's 5,000? I guess I'll do half and I'll do it 7,501.
Okay. I was hoping maybe on the probable cause issue first.
Oh, tell me if you have an argument. I'm all.
Well, it's
for it.
got one eye, so the tests are off. So all you have is him just saying I had 2 beers as probable cause of intoxication.
But you know that's not. I mean, you take it as a totality. There's all the other.
Your Honor, respectively, they observed HGN in the one eye, the 3 out of 6. And that,
I don't think
they
you can
still
do
have
that.
the odor. And they still have his statement being that he drank 2 beers and then also his refusal to do the test. And then as well as
You have an accident.
and a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage.
I mean, you have a
So
breath test that's it's twice over the legal limit as well, allegedly. So, I mean, I think that there's enough to go forward for probable cause purposes beyond a
Okay.
reasonable doubt. I don't know, but I think there's enough. Goes with you.
Well, he's got one eye, so I got to at least try.
I got it. I understand. And,
Okay.
and look, I wouldn't take credence in that test anyways, you know? I mean, even assuming it's done all correctly, what it's 77% chance as it is.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but taken together the totality of everything else, I think it's sufficient. So,
Okay. What
um,
about instead of revoking the bond? Because what we did last time with Judge Andrews was she kept the bonds the same, and we let him out, hoping that the conditions on the DWI would satisfy any threat to the community.
no, I want him to get it. He's not getting it. And so,
Okay.
I mean, if he's unable to make bond, come back and we can talk. But not now.
Okay. So what was the new amounts now, or the new amount?
7501 I'll leave the DWI as is, but 7501 on the terroristic threat. He will pop up on tomorrow's docket, James. So,
I'll see you.
yeah.
tomorrow. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Take care, bud. We didn't do conditions already?
What we did, Victoria said, I think we're good.
Tell me, how are things going? Great. Okay. That's the best news I've heard all day. Really.
They're like, I know, I'm broken in Channel, but I wasn't gonna be able to go to Channel anyway because it's too far of a commute. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, so they just enrolled me in high school. So my first day will be Thursday.
Knowledge is power. When you know things, you can do anything. I'm telling you, ask him. When you have knowledge and when you know things, it can take you so far in life. The only way you do it is by doing school, taking it seriously, and not letting other people drag you down, because that's what you constantly have is people around you trying to bring you down. Don't let them. Be stronger. Right here, that's where it starts. When you see someone trying to take you down, even though, hey, let's go out, let's do this, it's bringing you down. Don't let it. Be stronger. Be strong-willed. Make something of yourself, and it starts. Prime example right here. He's amazing, right? That's a great role model right there. You ever need anything, that's who you follow. We have things here that we can help you out too. What conditions do we need?
I thought that we needed somebody.
Alicia, do we?
Do you want me to go over the ones that we have?
No, I mean, I think that the only thing we need is just stay in school, get a job. I would prefer you stay in school, get as much education as you can, so you become someone. Go to law school. It's an amazing field. I'm telling you. Okay. I mean, I think we're good.
Yes, sir.
Just don't pick up any new cases. Be good. Okay. All right,
Thank you,
Brent.
Judge.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Martinez.
Good morning, sir.
So you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with terroristic threat. You're also charged with assault of a family member. Looks like you guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 13-month deferred. That is a type of probation that if you successfully complete it, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. You can't tell people it was dismissed. It doesn't get dismissed. You take a probation. If you complete it successfully, you don't end up with a conviction on your record. This is extremely important. The other thing that you need to understand is that with this case, there's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's an affirmative finding of family violence.
Yes, sir.
You ever pick up another case like this, you will be looking at a 3rd-degree felony, a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. And it doesn't have to be something where it's a dragged down fight where there's fists and this. No, all you have to do is squeeze someone's arm enough to where it hurts. Boom, you're looking at a 3rd-degree felony. You understand?
Yes, sir.
It's any pain. Pain is a very loose term. It's not what you think, it's what the other person perceives. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, for you to complete this successfully, you must do what's called a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what conditions you may need. You must do substance abuse treatment. You must also do what's called a BIP class. That's a Batters Intervention Prevention Program. This is a difficult one. You have to go and do a class once a week for 18 weeks. If you fail to appear for the class, they're going to kick you out. and I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. 16 hours of community service, no threatening or harassing abusive contact with a Mr. Pipkins, no drugs, no alcohol, $100 donation one time to the family violence. It says family violence provider, or should it be,
Probably center, Judge, probably means center.
should it be the Houston Area Women's Center?
Let me see, Your Honor.
I've never heard of.
I mean, it's just language that would include things like Houston Area Women's Center or any organization.
Okay.
And we need to work on wording.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. So if,
Houston Area Women's Center, Judge.
Yeah, any
can you put
organization.
it down? Sorry, let me see. No weapons as well. I'll make you a deal. If you, I would prefer him to do a class instead of the 16 hours community service. So perhaps like a effective decision-making class in lieu of that at his choice, if he would prefer to do that. A more menial tasks, picking up guard, that's just, it makes no sense. I'd rather you learn something from this, and like an effective decision-making class is something that you can do at your leisure instead of just doing menial work for, that just makes no sense.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And I'll make you another deal, Mr. Martinez.
Yes, sir.
If you're clean, if you're nice to everybody, you get your classes done quick, I'll take you off in half the time as a reward for you doing well. But I want you to understand, if you pick up a new case, if you don't do your stuff on time, if something else happens, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. You were looking at an entire year if you violate this probation. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Well, it's not hard. 90% no self-control. That's why they're in custody. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you enter into this agreement with us, you are stuck with us until you complete it, or unless it gets revoked. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, like I said, as an added incentive, you can be done with this thing in 7 months if you do really well and kick butt. All right.
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, sir.
I will not find you guilty. I'll withhold it for 13 months. So you work at PetSmart.
Yes, sir.
It reduces fees. All right. It's never about the money. I don't care about the money. So don't worry about the money. Just do what you say you're going to do. Be nice. Don't pick up any new cases. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. D.
Yes, sir.
Come on up, yes.
You're good.
Okay.
So she did enrollment and going to the IOP, but the provider told me she was supposed to finish on February 18th, but she advised them that if she's struggling financially, he said he would talk to her and see what they could do to work on these, but they won't release the certificate until everything is.
But she is attending, because whenever we had the issues back when you stressed on her that she needs to go, and I wanted to make sure that everybody's aware that she's doing that. She's attending every session. She's on track with that. She just needs, how much time do you need to? Can she focus on paying the IOP SOP so we can get those certificates and then we'll figure out the devices? But would you be willing to get rid of her ankle monitor? That's like $350 a month. So maybe she can take that money and put it towards the IOP SOP classes. We haven't had.
You have now.
You have the in-car as well, right?
Mhm.
She has the in-car and the ankle monitor.
And the problem is I'm never going to know whether she's using, and the only time is whether she's in a car, and
But
we
she's,
can't trust her though,
Well-
because we've tried this.
maybe you couldn't trust her a few months ago, but she's been good. She's been really, really good. She's been coming to court. Remember, she was coming to court every week and then every couple of weeks, and now she's coming once a month.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
she's been doing great. So I'm just trying to figure out a way to,
How do you earn money now?
Well, I'm a full-time student, so I don't.
Where do you
I
go
don't
to
have a
school?
job. I go to both UH and Lone Star. I take two, like, dual classes.
So how do you survive now? because you still need money.
She's with
For
her
my
parents,
classes?
Judge.
Sorry?
For my classes or?
No, Judge is asking you, what do you do for money? Who gives you money to
You still need to
drive?
eat. You need
Oh,
to-
my parents.
Do you live with your parents now?
Yes, my mom.
I mean, the problem is that we've tried this before, and every time we like let her, we give a little bit of leeway. She just
We've had
picks a
issues
yard
once before.
every single time, and we've been dealing with now.
No, Judge, you say every single time, but we've had one time, this has happened one time in the past. So this is when we had the issue.
Ramirez.
Ramirez.
I mean,
It hasn't been multiple times,
we've been
Judge.
dealing with this for 825 days.
Yes, because the case was older. I don't know if you remember, she was ready to be done, close to being done, and then she tested positive that time. Then one time, she tested positive. It was just a high positive, but it was a one time. And then
It was like multiple skip stuff, wasn't it?
She was admitted to using alcohol. I think she went out for her sister's birthday. or
right, and that's the
something.
one time when she tested positive. And then we came before you and then,
Ones that we know of, right?
what, Judge? No, that doesn't mean that she did it multiple times. There is a one violation.
But I don't know, and I can't.
But then we can make the assumption that she did.
So if we were to take it off, is she reporting? Where does she report to?
She's reporting to probation office.
So could we do, if we were to take it off, we do enhanced, like a lot more.
Or Judge, another option, if you're open to it, put her on a blow schedule for her in-car. And then you have her monitored if she's on a blow.
It's a great idea. Can we
And
do
that
that?
way we can get rid of
That's a great
the,
idea.
so she doesn't have to come
No, no,
for
that's
our
a great
hearings
idea.
and all
I'm
that.
happy to do that. I don't know why it didn't occur to me about that, but yeah. That's a good idea. But I want, I don't care if we're telling you to blow at midnight, you have to blow at midnight. If you come up with an excuse, well, I can't do this. I don't, you know what excuses mean? They go in one ear, they go out the other. I don't care for excuses. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, this is absolutely no tolerance. Okay, so let's do that. We'll do,
Remove the ankle monitor, but if she doesn't come up with the money by the 18th, she said she'll do everything that she
then, I
can.
mean, we'll just keep going. I mean, I
Okay.
guess, so to speak,
Okay.
right? Until she gets
So
the
she
money
pays.
that
Okay.
she's, the incentive there is to get the money as quick as possible because you want to be done with this, don't you? So, right. All right, so we need to craft a blow schedule because I also want her blowing not only at midnight, but, Okay. All
Thank you,
right.
Judge. Okay, have a seat. I'll come talk to you.